Alan Habert, and sign language interpreter is Chebi Water. And you've made it in time for our newspaper review, and we have a guest in studio. I'm not going to eavesdrop to tell you his name. I'm going to give him that opportunity, and he gives us a little bit of background about himself and what he does before we delve into the dailies. But you can be a part of the conversation by heading onto our social media platforms. That is across all the socials at Science TV Kenya. Also, the numbers are scrolling on your screen. SMS us or WhatsApp us, and we'll be glad to sample some of your feedback. Good morning. Kindly introduce yourself. Now, tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes, thank you, Alan.
Yes.
My name is Patrick Kongo. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, and I'm also an individual who's interested in the politics and the affairs of this country. And I thank you very much for having me today. And I think we are going to share a lot with our viewers as we try and look at the issues that are affecting our country.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Patrick, to making time for us this morning. And you say you have a political interest in this country. What do you mean by that statement? Let's start it there.
Okay, let's start. Let me say that being an advocate and being someone who's very keen to see that the constitution of this country is implemented to the latter, the way it's supposed to be, then that by itself, by default, will put you in a space where you'll have to interact with the politics of this country. Because things to do with law, things to do with politics, they intertwine. So I think when I say that I'm interested in the politics of this country, I'm basically saying that I'm interested to see that the policies that are made by the government that is in place are policies that are in tandem with the constitution and the laws of this country.
And actually that segues us into the headlining story in The Nation this morning, where it is about the alarm. It's alarms as IEBC risks bundling many polls. Now, the polls agency has scheduled several parliamentary and ward by-elections on November 27th. But the legality of the date has been contested by critics who argue it falls beyond a 90-day constitutional limit and exposes conduct of the vote in a legal challenge. That story is on page 4 of the Daily Nation. Your thoughts?
I think I'll agree with the people who are saying that the date that has been picked is a date that goes beyond the 90 days that are required, because I think it goes to around 100 and something days after they have declared that those positions are vacant, and they should be filled by conducting by elections. And my view is that we got it wrong first by delaying to get the IEBC commissioners in place. That was the first mistake that we did as a country. And I think the blame for me will go to the government itself, because it should have taken this whole issue of recruiting the commissioners as an urgent issue, because there are a lot of things that the IEBC is supposed to do before we go to the election.
Absolutely.
One of the things is to conduct the said by elections, and the said by elections have to be conducted in accordance with the law. The moment we see them now, giving us timelines that are beyond the timelines that are provided for by the law, then that creates a space where we'll see people going to court. Now we'll have people running to the High Court to stop the said by-elections. Now, once you find yourself in such a situation, then you're delaying. Then you're delaying even more. So for me, I think it's something that is very sad. I don't know whether it's by design. I don't know whether it's because they are under a lot of pressure. I'm really not sure why they are making such rookie mistakes. Because the law is very clear. If you are given 90 days, do whatever you're supposed to do within the 90 days.
But Patrick, help us understand, because IEBC has just been constituted. I think it's about a month or so.
Yes.
And they haven't been in office for long. That is one. But then they have these impending, overdue, let me not even call them impending, but overdue things that they're supposed to do. For instance, the by-elections. And you and I and the entire country understand the challenges that the country found ourselves in,
Yes.
either by design or by default, or whoever orchestrated these challenges. The challenges, either way,
Yeah, they
already happened. But then the elections still have to happen. Then what do you expect IBC to do in such a situation? They say now these constituencies remain without representation up until the 2027 general elections. Won't that also be another issue?
Well, it will be an issue. What I'm saying is this.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is just that they need to be they need to adhere strictly
Yes.
to the timelines. Because if the law says 90 days,
Yes.
why are you going? Why are you giving us 100 days? Those are just 10 days. Can't you try your best to just
So basically,
adhere to the same?
the 90 days are supposed to be ever since they were put into they were constituted to be the new commissioners.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be once the positions have been declared vacant.
Exactly.
Yes,
Once the positions have been named vacant. But how long ago is this, and which were the things that were happening at that particular time that barred IEBC to do the elections?
Well,
Doesn't the constitution sometimes have to look the other way and look at reality? Of course, we cannot disband the constitution, and I'm talking to an advocate of the High Court who will be like,
yes.
what are you saying the constitution to look at the other way? But we have to be realistic sometimes with the challenges that IEBC is finding
facing.
themselves in right now, because they've also been given the short end of the stick, yeah, and they have to do whatever they are able to do with the situations that they are dealt.
well, that's why I said that. I started by saying that I don't know whether the delay
Yes.
of having the IBC in place
Yeah.
was by design or it was by default.
Yes.
And that's why I blamed this whole situation on the government that is
But
in
then
place.
how do we go forward? Because we're used to blaming.
Yeah.
How then do we help the IEBC commissioners that are currently in office to get it right? However much we are long overdue constitutionally.
Now, as I said, this is an issue that potentially
Yes.
will end up in our courts. And for me, I think that has the potential of even delaying things even more.
Yeah.
But all in all, what I would say is this. As much as they had a very short time to prepare and to do what they're supposed to do to make sure that they've started to to take on their mandate, their legal mandate. For me, I would have tried my best to make sure that I adhere to the said 90 days.
90 days. But
Because
then
now
who would have been in charge of the polls? Because there were no commissioners at that particular time.
I'm saying the moment they came into office,
yes,
they would have the issue of having the by-elections being conducted. That should have been the first agenda.
Order of business.
Because now we are dealing with a situation where you have a timeline that you need to meet. So that should have been the first agenda. Make sure that you put in place everything that needs to be put in place so that you can adhere to the said
within the
timelines.
90 days.
And they have a lot of things to do because also the issue of the elimination of boundaries.
Yes.
That's another thing that they need to do. And
realistically, are they going to be able to do it?
I see a challenge. I see a challenge, but still, it is a legal requirement because the Constitution, I think in Article 89, it says that the delimitation of boundaries has to be done, I think, after 12 years. The
And
last
we are
one,
in the 13th year.
Yeah, we're in the 13th year.
Yeah.
So if you were to go to the elections without the delimitation of the boundaries, that election will be illegal. You get it? So that's another thing that they need to to work very hard and very fast to make sure that they adhere to that particular requirement of the Constitution.
And of course, the IBC has not come out to explain why they decided to go beyond the 90 days. But also, our country, probably you'll find that the Exchequer or Parliament has not allocated resources. And I'm not seemingly turning out as a person who is defending the IEBC. I'm looking at things from a realistic point of view because we need these by-elections to happen. The constituents of these constituencies constituencies and wards, they can also come up and say, we are taking the country to court because for over 2 years, we have not had representation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a situation that I think the government that is in place should have taken more seriously.
Yeah.
The issue of the recruitment of the commissioners should have been done
Way
earlier.
earlier. Yeah.
It should have been done earlier because they need also to prepare for the 2027 elections,
and it's just
and
around
they need time to do that because
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into that also.
Absolutely.
So I think that's why I said I don't know whether it's by design to have them come into office when it's too late, so that they can rush. And once you begin rushing,
Yeah.
you're prone to making mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but I think that's the situation that we are in. That's the sad situation that we are in. But what I would advise them, to try as much as possible to adhere to the law.
Yeah.
Because the moment they don't do that, they open themselves to litigation, and litigation will only take us more time.
Yeah.
Time that they should be focusing on preparing.
Time that they don't have.
Exactly.
Among other stories in the nation, TAC calls for 24,000 interns and reviews a push by unions for better employment terms. That is for teachers. And audit exposes 60 million Kenyan shillings Methodist Church heist. All right, that is on page 10 of the Nation. There is a story here, but I want us to talk about it in our maiden conversation after we are done with the dailies. The Youth Day celebrations yesterday. The president quoted the youth with bold promises amid rising discontent, but also the devolution conference that the president is opening officially today. It's also happening. I want us to reserve these two stories for our maiden conversation later on in the show. But looking at the Standard, the Standard are still taking us back to the devolved corruption, and that is their headlining story. Billions looted, services gutted 12 years after devolution's hopeful dawn. County halls have become epicenters of graft, from Okoth Obado's turbulent tenure to Ferdinand Waititu's high-profile trial. A parade of governors, past and present, stand accused of plundering public coffers. Hospitals without drugs, ghost projects, and unpaid workers now define the devolution story as the promise of bringing services closer to the people morphs into a fading trough for the well-connected. That is on pages 2, 3, and 4 of the Standard. Quickly, your thoughts on devolution generally. What haven't we gotten right?
Well, I think it's a sad reality that we really haven't gotten as much as we should have gotten.
Yeah.
Because now, honestly, since the 2010 Constitution that introduced devolution, now we're in 2025. I think those are 15 years.
Yeah.
I think 15 years we should have gotten more than we have gotten at this particular moment.
Yeah.
And I think the issues of corruption, I think that's the number one thing that is ailing our county governments.
Yeah.
And I think for me, the people I would blame are the institutions that are mandated by the law to oversight the county governments. Because if you're given a job and you're mandated to oversight a certain institution, and you fail in your work, then you're just giving a leeway to the corrupt governors and county government executive officials to have their day and plunder public resources. So for me, I think the county assemblies should do more because they are the ones who are, within those devolved units. They are supposed to know each and everything that is going on, But we found situations where you hear people saying that the governor has put the MCAs in the pocket. What does that mean? That means that there's something that they are getting from the governor, and after getting whatever they are getting, then they sit on their hands. The mandate that they've been given by the people and by the law to oversee the county government, then they ignore that and they will go with whatever that the governor wants them to go with. So for me, I think the county governments should come out boldly and realize that they are not there because of the governors. They are there because of the people
that they represent.
Exactly. They got the mandate from the people.
Yeah.
And they should understand that their mandate and their responsibilities is similar to that of the National Assembly and the Senate. You know, to legislate, to oversight the county government, and to represent your people.
Yeah.
So the moment you sleep on one mandate of oversighting the county government, you're actually letting your people down, and you are going against the law. Yeah. So I think us seeing cases of governors plundering public resources in the counties, that tells us that those institutions that are mandated to oversight them are sleeping on their jobs. Yeah, so they should do better.
All right, we're going to be delving a little bit deeper into the devolution conference, and also probably there are a little bit of hits as well, because it's not misses all everywhere. But before that, you saw the fracas that happened on Sunday during the Kenya Morocco football match, and that has come with the repercussions. The CAF trying to sort of ban supporters from the stands, but also fines here, left, right, and center. From a youthful perspective, because these are stories that are also in the Standard and the Nation. Where do we go wrong sometimes as youth when it comes to these things? And given that yesterday was Youth Day as well, International Youth Day as well, is it that just Kenyans, youthful Kenyans, we are just basically those are the ones that.
Well, I wouldn't blame it on the youth.
Yes.
Because okay, you remember the first day that we had the first match.
Yes.
You remember hearing stories that the government had actually bought the tickets so that it could distribute to its supporters.
Yes.
And the genuine soccer, football fans,
lovers,
they were left out.
Yeah.
Now, what do you expect when such
things happen?
Such things happen. I mean, you have the legitimate and people who are passionate about football.
Yeah.
They are out there. They lacked tickets. Then you have the fanatics.
Yeah.
The government fanatics, not necessarily football fanatics, but the government fanatics being given access to the stadiums.
Yeah.
Of course, the people who've been left out and they are passionate about football, they react in a certain way.
Yeah.
So I think in this particular instance, we allowed politics to infiltrate sports.
Yeah.
And that's where now the problem starts. Because the moment now we allow politicians now to start messing up some things like sports. And you know, by the way, sports, it's one of the things that brings people together. If you've watched the people who've attended those matches, even other matches, even in our local pubs, watching Manchester Arsenal, you never hear someone saying that you are from this tribe or you're from that other tribe. They are there because they love football. So that's it's one thing that brings people together. So the moment you allow politics to have its way in such spaces, then the repercussions are like the ones that we saw. Because you'll have some people who feel like they've been left out and they want to be part of whatever that is going on. So I think the issue is us letting politics to find its way into sports.
Us letting politics find its way into sports, but then we are happy about the millions that the president is giving the players.
Well, I'm happy for them. I'm happy.
So we want to take with this hand and say no, do not go beyond this.
I'm happy for the millionaires, the new millionaires in town, and they deserve it. And they deserve it because honestly, the times that we are living in, it's actually sad that our players do not earn as much. Because you look at other countries, even within Africa, places like South Africa. Places like Egypt, you have football players who play for the clubs within
locally.
That are earning very good salaries. So I think it should not be just for this competition. More should be done to make sure that our young men and women who are in sports are actually making a living out of it. So I think the government should, because the way I'm looking at it, as much as I support our boys getting the money,
Yeah.
the government is also using this as a PR exercise to try and clean and clean its image in the eyes of the young
In
people.
the eyes of the young
Yeah,
people.
but they should do more.
Yeah.
Let it not end after the CHAN
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Let us see more investment in sports. Let us see even the private sector come
Yeah.
in and support our leagues, so that we will be able to see young people make a living.
Yeah.
And this culture of tokenism, we will
Yeah.
have it, because we'll have more people making a living out of sports and other industries,
Yeah.
and other industries also.
All right,
Yeah.
talk about tokenism, and I think we've seen the empowerment programs that the president is doing. Is that real empowerment, or it is tokenism? That is a conversation that we're going to be having with Mr. Patrick when we come back from this short break. Keep it science.